What's going on, y'all? It's the Bearded One back with another beer review. It's kind of late. I'm posting this up real late in the middle of a project I got going on here at the house, and I need a little break to kind of give myself a break mentally. So why not crack open a brew and even review it? And today, if you already can't tell by the title of the video, we are reviewing one of the most famous beers in American craft beer, by possibly the most controversial brewery in the world, possibly, and that is Goose Island's IPA, their flagship IPA. I'd put it up there with Sam Adams' Boston Lager, New Belgium's Amber Ale, Fat Tire Amber Ale, any flagship Sierra Nevada beer, dare I say Blue Moon, if you want to call Blue Moon craft beer. But you get my point. I mean, everybody knows Goose Island IPA, and I'm pretty sure you know how Goose Island IPA tastes. I know they're controversial. I know people want to call these guys sellouts, and I have my own thoughts and my own principles about some of these things that people feel about Goose Island, but I don't think I have to go against my moral grounds or my principles in order to just review a beer and enjoy a nice hobby for you guys. So Goose Island's out of Chicago, Illinois, if you didn't know. I don't remember who they sold to. I want to say Miller Coors. Might have been Anheuser-Busch. I think Anheuser-Busch might have bought them. Anyways, I got here on the website that they took an English style, I don't want to say an English style IPA because that's not what it says on the website. They took an English style, whatever they mean by that, and this is their iteration of that. They're going with a more bolder, hoppier flavor than what you would expect from an English style of this beer. And it's also won 6 awards at the Great American Beer Festival in Denver, Colorado. So it's a very highly respected beer. And I've never had it. This is the first time. And doing you guys a favor, I'm taking my stupid Untapped pictures pre-video now, so I'm not going to take pictures after I poured a beer anymore. I'm pretty sure that's a turn off in the reviews. Let's get to the pour. Here, so y'all can see. Well, we'll move this off to the side. Yeah, I'll do that right there. Let y'all see the beer. Now, I would like to mention is 5.90% ABV, and it's 50 IBUs, so they don't hide the IBUs. Now, this is before this modern trend of not disclosing the IBUs, and I have my own personal theory that a lot more breweries are staying away from advertising the IBUs because it's getting out that that's a bittering unit scale, and you have so many people out there who are just scared of the bitter beers, and I think that's just a marketing gimmick in my opinion. But aficionados and beer reviewers, we like to see the IBUs so we can get an idea of what we're tasting. It's not an idea of should we be scared of this beer, as I think breweries are scared they're conveying. As you can tell, as I was rambling, the head dissipated to a little foamy blanket on the beer. It looks a little more orange in camera, but it is not orange at all. It is, wow, there's some sediment in the beer. I'm actually surprised. So it's unfiltered, got some sediment in the beer. It's kind of a golden orange in the middle, but it's mostly like a golden amber, mostly. Let's get to the sniff. yeah, so I am getting what I was told in the descriptors that I would find, that there's going to be some earthy notes and there's going to be the citrusy notes. Let me go in again for an aroma. I even get, it is an ale, so I get some malt in there. It all kind of blends in together, and it's kind of hard to pick everything out. It's kind of like a soupy aroma, if that even makes sense. Like I can tell there's an earthy, piney hop in there. I can tell there's some citrus in there. And I can tell there's some malt in there, but it's all kind of muddled together on the nose. I can't just like pick each flavor out specifically. Let's go into the taste. My mouth is quite dry, so I'm ready to try this. I'm getting fruity notes, but I'm not getting like the hoppy, citrusy stuff. I'm getting more like apples. I feel like I'm getting apples in here. Yeah, I'm getting like that apple pear family going on in here. I don't know what's causing this sediment to float around in the beer. That's interesting for an IPA. The body it's dead on medium. It's not crisp and refreshing and light. It's not full and chewy by any means, and I didn't expect it to be. It's got a creamy mouthfeel. I attribute that to those medium-bodied beers. Goes down very smooth. Definitely can tell it's below 8% alcohol. Not tasting any of the alcohol. Sorry, I had something in my mouth. Let's go in for another sip. It's like on the mid palate, I start to taste that piney, hoppy flavor, and it kind of goes down, and follows the rest of the beer all the way down. They mentioned on their website that this beer was for hop heads and people who like to discover new beers. It's for just adventurous drinkers in general, and I agree. This isn't too overpowering for. I mean, it's 55 IBUs. It's not terrible. In fact, I've had 50 IBU beers that were hoppier than this, more bitter than this. I don't think they used a lot of bittering hops. Definitely a sweeter beer. Got that fruity, apple, pearish kind of flavor. I'm not getting the citrusy stuff that they put in their descriptors. I like this beer. I'm not in love with it, but I'm a fan of it. I would drink it again if I was given a Goose Island IPA. I taste other things, but again, my palate's still developing, and I want to review things honestly. I don't want to sit here and call out 30 different flavors when I can't describe those flavors. But it definitely tastes like there's a couple other things going on in this beer that I wish I could describe to you. I would give this a 3.75 out of a 5. It's not quite world class to me, and just a lot of the flavor, it seems like a soupy beer. Like they just threw a bunch of stuff in here and just kind of put the beer on a simmer and served it up. None of the flavors really stand out. I can kind of tell this is in there. I can kind of tell that's in there. I can kind of smell this. I can kind of smell that, but it just all kind of muddles together. And I don't know why it's that way. Let's see here. Okay, so the bottling date is the 28th of January, 2016. That might be a reason that I'm getting this soupy, muddled taste in this beer. I'm kind of surprised a beer with an IPA held up that long. Now, please put in the comments if you know something about this. I do understand IPAs were invented to help preserve beers. That's the whole reason IPAs are existed, to help beer get across the Indian Ocean into those ports and the beer would still be fresh. But here recently I've learned about light struck beers, and I've learned that IPAs usually take the most damage in an older beer first. So that's kind of interesting. And so on one hand, I'm thinking that since this is over 2 years old, those hops may have gone bad. But at the same time, maybe those hops have helped this beer not taste light struck, and it still tastes pretty good for a 2-year-old beer. I don't know. Put that in the comments if you know anything about what I'm referring to or talking about or whatever. Again, 3.75. Keep in mind this is a well over 2-year-old beer, so if you haven't tried Goose Island IPA, take this review with a grain of salt. Try Goose Island. I do recommend it. We're going to give this beer the benefit of the doubt since it was a 2-year-old beer. I'm not an IPA guy, so a 3.75 for a 2-year-old IPA is pretty daggone good rating. Yeah, I think that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna enjoy this beer and get back on my house project, and until next time, guys, cheers.